teenagers.
Okay, we're good to go.
Those are always good stuff.
Yeah.
So why don't you give us an update where we're at today?
Okay.
So know where we're at, what stage we're at. All right, so we're just gonna start with an update on where we're at.
So good evening, everyone. My name is Kevin Arscott. I am with the Department of Design and Construction. I am the Assistant Commissioner in charge of the NYPD portfolio. So I'm here to give an update on the P079 Rodman Tech Indoor Shooting Facility. Currently, we are excavating and abating the lead contamination for the Eddy and Frank ranges, which are ranges 6 and 7 out of the original 7 outdoor ranges that are out. The first 5 are still active. So we are working next to those 5 active ranges. We have a construction manager who is on site. We are in the process of bidding the balance of the project, which consists of the structures, the excavation, everything to do with completing the 5 buildings in the parking lot that make up the project. What we're trying to do right now, the phase that we're in now, a number of things are happening. We are negotiating with the police department. This parking lot that you see here is currently being used by police that have to come to the site every day and qualify on the shooting ranges. That parking lot now needs to act as the relocated, what I'll refer to as the trailer park, which makes up the firearms training service out there. The firearms training service sits on the footprint of the new buildings. It sits there. It has to move. All right. For that to happen, we have to move the parking. So we have negotiated with the police department. We are hoping for sometime in the month of January. We're hoping for early January. Parking will commence at Orchard Beach, and the police department's personnel will be bussed starting at roughly 5:30 in the morning. There are 2 sessions of shooting on the ranges. 2 sessions. There is a morning and an afternoon. The volume of cars involved. There is no bit of phasing that was even feasible to move things around, all right, to accommodate cars on the site. We couldn't do it. So, Parks has been consulted with it. There is a high season for Orchard Beach, as we know, from Memorial Day to just after Labor Day. We have spoken and met with that vendor. We will be working with him for compensating him the normal rate. That will be included in the cost of the project. So, as I say, we're hoping to do, we've given the police department the cost, the buses, the personnel. The police department has to assign at least one of their own personnel as a monitor on the buses, so that all the buses are checked before, during, if anybody leaves their firearm, this type of thing. So we're negotiating that as we speak.
How many months will that take?
To move them?
Have them.
No, once they move, that is going to be going on until this building is ready. That is going for the foreseeable future.
That's gonna be a couple of years then.
Yeah, absolutely,
So
absolutely.
it's gonna be throughout the high peak seasons.
High peak seasons, yes, and we've done a study with the owner of the concession, and given his last 3 to 5 years, we're not anywhere near putting any kind of on his operation out there. The amount of cars and on average he's been getting over the last number of years, we're over in an upper right-hand corner, and he's not even gonna feel us. So, and we're paying him the going rate.
How many vehicles will you have?
In a given session, meaning morning and afternoon, we might have anywhere from 150 given the day, could be 150 to 250 per session.
And they're gonna be directed to go up Orchard Beach?
They're gonna be sent there, absolutely, and then they'll be bussed down. This is coming from Long Police Plaza, so there's a lot of,
Yeah.
and
And
even
that line that already forms every morning at 5 o'clock on the
Yeah.
to get to Orchard Beach, how are you gonna deal with that?
that would be eliminated because they would be parking and then getting on buses.
I know, but there's already a group of cars every morning, about 40 cars that just wait.
No, I understand that, but those are the people coming in to shoot, those are the early.
No, those are people going to Orchard Beach.
Oh, okay, no,
During
that's,
summertime,
You have to know the neighborhood that you're gonna have.
yes, no, we met with the vendor there, we're gonna have one of the, lanes for the kiosk is gonna be dedicated from certain hours for the police department, just to get our people in.
You're not understanding the question, so.
Okay?
Every morning,
Yeah,
at approximately 5 o'clock,
mhm,
cars start lining up to wait to
for
go to
the
Orchard
beach. For
The beach does not open until about 6.
Okay,
So those cars are there for approximately 1 hour, blocking
Mhm.
traffic.
right,
You're adding 150 cars.
Right,
Going
understood.
into now blocked traffic.
right, we will have a
And
detail
30
there.
buses going out.
We will have a detail there to manage, the traffic will be managed by the police department, it will be, absolutely. Yeah. Any of that will be managed.
Well, listen,
No, you're
son of a
right.
police
They don't
officer,
search.
I know what the police figure out. It's not always
No,
the
it's not
correct
true,
answer.
No, no, and it's gonna be a learning curve, the first month of it is
That's why
gonna be a
I'm asking
learning
the
curve.
question.
Absolutely, no, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely, yep, yep. We had hoped to start it last July, but we just couldn't get the wheels turning
Have you
at
done
one
with the
police
45th
plaza.
precinct, or are you just doing this at one PP?
We have to do it with one PP, they're the ones that give the orders, they're the ones that give the orders.
And the parking lot concession is technically 7 to 7, so are they opening up early?
They are, have agreed to open up early, yes, they have, yeah.
For all or just for that group?
For all, I'm assuming, I don't hold me to that, but I'm just,
Might be breaking some news here.
that's it, let's not have any breaking news. So, as far as I know, the agreement was to allow for the early arrival of the police department. Yep,
Never mind.
yeah, okay, yeah.
No, so I know last time we had Q&A, and we submitted some questions afterwards. We did not get answers to all those questions.
Let him finish where we're at first.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. The second, major item that you had asked about was the utilities. We have, met with, Con Ed for the last 2 years. We are at a completion point with Con Ed. We expect from them in the next couple of weeks, a schedule. We have a line diagram of their design. It is designed to come down through Pelham Bay Park underneath the roadway.
Okay.
It does not currently call for any trees to be removed whatsoever. Now, that's easy to say, as we all know, but because of the water table, each one of these manholes is going to require some piles underneath it to stabilize it, all right? So, could some, excavation land on a tree root? We don't know, you know, so there are a lot of manholes going under, the roadway.
Just
So,
on that
yeah.
topic, I'm getting a lot of questions about City Island Road and Orchard Beach Road. There's some markings on the roadway.
Right,
There's DOT, there's the Parks Department.
Right.
Is that your work going on?
my work going on,
Okay,
yeah.
I
We've
figured.
had some of our contractor out there marking out utilities, existing utilities.
And
yeah.
what does that mean exactly?
He just wants to, he was just verifying linear footages, relationships with existing, right, we have sewer line, we have, new water line going out there, so we've negotiated with DEP. There is gonna be what we refer to as a hot box out at the Rotary, which is basically just, a green building. It's about 10 by 8. It's basically anytime you take a new service from DEP, they have to put machines there, which are going to allow them to increase the pressure at that point, meter it at that point, and send it to the new service, which is to the police's other end of Robinson. So that's picking up new service.
The water lines, sewer lines,
Mhm.
underground,
Mm-hmm.
cabling. I think before it starts, we need to know account of the trees that we want.
We're not right now contemplating taking any trees whatsoever. It's all going under the roadway.
So if I
All of it.
walk out and take pictures and say, you told me.
Absolutely. We would love to have that, because if somebody's taking a tree that not authorized to take them, we would certainly. We're a city agency, all right? We have rules with the Parks Department. We take a tree, you know, we owe them for it, all right? Whether it's 27 trees or based on the caliber of the tree, we owe them. So, I mean, we have a contractor that fell on his face for a precinct in the South Bronx. It's gonna be in court for a number of years. We went and got the money to cover the trees. There was no waiver, there was no paying for the trees, $60,000. So, I mean, we all play by the rules.
Putting it underground means you're gonna be.
We're hoping, yes, exactly. And there's a lot of roadway to work with there, as you come from the rotary. So, Con Ed's bringing their vault. We're gonna bring our service out to the rotary. We're gonna have an adjacent vault underground, and then we're gonna do a final splice together when everybody's ready. The actual above-ground vaults that have the transformers in it are gonna be inside of our property line at the project. That's where the vaults, service vaults are. Now, the service coming down from New Rochelle for this project, okay? It is a 26 kVA, it's two big 13 kilovolt feeders, okay? It is an upgrade not only to this, just for this project, but at some point, and this is for Con Ed to answer. We're not here to answer for Con Ed, but this is available new service. Whether or not they have a long-term plan to branch it, common sense tells you they do. They want customers. This is common sense. So I'm not answering anything for Con Edison. I would broach my questions with Con Edison. Do you intend to upgrade the service to City Island? So that was always the question, and the fact that you're bringing it all the way from New Rochelle makes sense that you would upgrade.
That's my concern, that nobody talks. All the agencies
Right.
act on their own.
So
So-
I agree.
You don't know that we're losing any trees, and when we lose them up,
We should
somebody
encourage
else's
that.
fault.
What would it mean?
Yes.
Upgrading the service to City Island would mean what?
Would be in that, it's my understanding that your service, the amount of power that's been brought here hasn't been upgraded in over 30 years.
So does it mean more reliable? It goes, we
Yes,
lose
yeah.
power less often?
Less often, there
Lose
wouldn't be
power on the
brownouts that
access
you've had.
roads less often?
I
We lose
wouldn't
power
have-
on the
yes,
minute it
yes,
floods?
it would be
we
a
lose access.
much more upgraded service.
And
Right.
honestly,
What is that?
we're
Yeah.
trying to
That's the
bring
whole
any
plan,
underground, and that's what we're trying to do.
Underground,
That's
the other
actually,
side, yeah.
that's been a
Instead of the
conversation
overhead lines.
with the congressman, I know that's not you, but
Right.
that's been a
The
conversation.
idea
to get
would
Congress
be
to do
that this
because there's money in
particular-
the infrastructure bill to do that.
Yeah.
But the idea is that you're bringing, ostensibly you're bringing for this one project, but the fact that you're bringing it, it's right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what happens,
Yeah.
you know?
That makes sense.
Yeah, and Con Ed's not above, so, anyway. We had thought at one time that Con Ed, given those types of opportunities, would agree to install this at their cost and prorate or amortize the cost of it over time because of this availability to upgrade the services. That didn't happen. City Hall, we're gonna pay for it, so basically the project is paying to bring this right to the rotary there. And then whatever happens in the future is, it's available, so I don't see that it's not.
Bring them in for any use.
Absolutely, that's what,
Yeah, we
yeah,
can do that.
absolutely.
So you guys have contracted out the Lero Group, right?
The Lero Group is our CM builder.
And what exactly are they focused on right now? Just
Right
the
now,
just the two ranges? that
Just
you're
the
talking-
ranges and the infrastructure, and then they are in the process of putting together the packages for the excavation foundation work, structural, and all of the balance of electrical, plumbing, all of that, all those packages. There's 8 packages altogether. So we're at number 4 being put together. But the work is moving. This next step of moving the parking is critical to keeping our schedule moving. We can't build on something while someone else occupies it. We've closed the deal on the trailer park that is gonna live here now, because there are a couple of the existing that if we try to pick them up and move them would fall apart. So, everything to do with maintaining the offices and the classrooms for the firearms training, as well as bathrooms, showers, gunsmith, cafeteria, all right? That small little lunchroom they have there is now gonna be a truck. The people that run the lunchroom have a food truck, so they're gonna run that outside. So, anyway, so that's kind of what's gonna happen as we move forward. So all of that, other than PD agreeing to the drop dead date, which we're hoping is around the 5th, which is a Monday, I think, of January, we're trying to push them for that. We have a sign all made up, as of, but when I show that to PD, they're like, oh, take it easy with that, take it easy, Anyway, so, we're gonna, we're gonna work with PD. They've been very cooperative. It's a huge undertaking. You're talking about 300 to 400 police officers a day that have to come over there, and they have to come there twice a year.
And
Mhm.
those police officers,
Mhm.
when we have a nor'easter, which we will have more and more of, will drive through salt water for their training in their own cars. So why do we not relocate it to a place
We're way past that.
that I
That's
don't
not
try
gonna
that.
happen, it's not even open for discussion.
It's been my, just so you know, I've been doing this for 25 years, and it's just what's available to the city as far as the city owns
The
property.
city has.
The city doesn't own property to put things everywhere, they just don't, so it's what's available to build on.
College Point is,
You know, I
it's
mean,
gonna go there.
the College Point campus for the academy, I mean, but again, the problems, and I was involved in 60% of building that academy.
Yeah.
And not the greatest site to build, it's just not.
No.
It's got an estuary running through
There's
it.
a lot of water.
A lot of water, it's, there's some
Exactly.
settlement that still is going on over there. So, it's just not the greatest place, but again, the city only has so much property. So, there you go. Anyway.
Is there anything before, I wanna let you finish before.
No, that's about all I have, things are moving, go ahead.
Could you talk about the noise abatement?
Yeah.
Could you talk about the noise abatement part of the project?
The actual, the science of it, alright, I would like to tell you, you could stand outside the wall and put your ear against it and not hear the guns going off inside. That is technical that the police department has to provide. I know that you're owed some answers on your
Yes.
email, I understand that. That's police department's business, that's technical stuff that needs to come from the police department. I don't know what they want to, the point of spending this money and putting this facility here, alright, is to reduce it as close to zero as possible. That's the point.
Still 87% enclosure?
Yes. So that's the point of doing this. We're not chasing something that can't be done. This is technology that is current,
Can,
right?
and I know that I'm not looking to relitigate this, but you have one range which is gonna say an open outdoor range. There's not been any consideration of putting anything in there to reduce the noise, any sort of noise abatement. And you're saying that to keep this as a lifelike range, which is what the NYPD says they want, there is no possibility of having some sort of sound mitigation and still keeping that range lifelike and out in the open.
Again, that would have to be addressed with police department.
So how do we get them to address that?
Yeah.
How do we get
Well,
them
right
to
now-
address that?
Right now, the
NYPD
Precinct
council.
Council, which
Yeah.
Bob and I worked on, our state legislators have a bill that would require full regulation of noise, regular environmental testing, do something at the bomb squad facility, and they both have bills in each house introduced, so it could conceivably become law. So what we've been doing is pushing Senator Fernandez and Senate Member Benedetto to have a hearing in the two relevant committees. And for the Assembly, I believe it's local government, and for the New York State Senate, I believe, this one I'm not sure on, I believe they have a New York City committee and the cities committee, and it's in there. So they are both trying to push for hearings so that people can go and testify and we can do something.
So, just a question or a statement, maybe, and it's a bit of a wiseacre statement, but if I turn my lawnmower on at 7 o'clock in the morning, I would have a police officer outside of my house.
Probably.
Giving me a ticket or
Yes.
something. Right, yet every morning, my dog likes to wake up at 5 o'clock, and by 5:36, I hear the guns going off, and then the same at 6 p.m., I hear the guns still going off. There's no, they are subjugated from the laws, they don't have to follow any of the.
Right now, there's no regulation of a city-owned shooting range. And that's something they want to change, and actually other legislators have reached out to them from other parts of the state saying that this is a problem that's, where guns are more prevalent, that's in Albany, in parts of the Hudson Valley, parts of even Long Island. So it is something we have to.
20 years ago. So the bills you were just talking about, John,
Yeah.
if they specifically contain language that says if those bills are enacted, that there has to be noise abatement, is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah, it would require the range to be 100%.
100%.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're fighting, I just want to be we're still running from 87% to 100%, so we are in a good range. And then the other thing is that, and I know you can't answer this either, so I'm not putting this on Kevin here, but everyone hears about the gun range and everything else, and the noise abatement, everything coming in. There's nothing planned for the bomb squad. The bomb squad's separate and apart from this project. So that's why we need Department of Health to come in there and Department of Environmental Conservation to test what's going on over there. And
So-
the legislation would do that.
Is it geographically, I don't know however we say it, where is the bomb squad? Where is the bomb squad in that relation?
You don't see the
It's
Russian cloud?
over here in the corner.
It's over here.
It's over here in the corner this way, towards the landfill adjacent
Yeah.
to, you know where the bridge is coming over,
Yeah.
there's a landfill, you see the apartment, up, it's, not, it's Co-op City.
Co-op City,
All right,
yeah.
that estuary that comes through, that side of Rodman's Neck right there, that's the shore that the bomb squad building is sitting on.
And that's gonna stay there.
That's the new one, brand new.
That's brand.
Right at the tip
Well,
of
they're
the front.
constructed.
Yes, it
I
is,
can
yeah,
see it.
facing on,
That
right,
would be
facing on
indoors,
the bridge.
is that also
Faces the
gonna be
bridge.
indoors?
Yeah.
And if this is,
If this is the gate coming in, and I go over here, and right here I turn right, it's over here in the
It's
corner.
not gonna be closed.
And
This is
there's
the
no
driveway
way
coming
it
in.
is.
This is on the opposite side of the center of, this is the center line here coming in the driveway,
Right.
right from the road.
So this side is facing City Island.
This side
So
faces City
containment
Island.
is an outdoor
Yeah,
thing.
right.
Which
Right.
would make sense, I guess, in terms of what I can do that. But,
And then, Kevin, I'll list something I think is gonna get to what you're saying, which is maybe in your wheelhouse. 'Cause
Okay.
we can't put things on you that aren't.
Uh-huh.
And that's why I kind of need everybody here, including the Leroy group, rather.
Okay.
The PA system.
Okay.
There are people who live on Bay Street who claim they can hear the announcement as well as your officers in the morning.
Right,
And
absolutely.
there's nothing being, I mean, in today's world where everyone has a cell phone, text messages, there's nothing being planned to get rid of the public announcement system or to modernize the public announcement system. So it's-
It is my understanding, all right,
Yeah.
that once the whole operation goes indoors,
yeah.
there is no PA system outdoors. There's no really use for it. PA system addresses shooting
That's
on the
new,
line,
yes.
shooting on the line, that's my understanding.
Okay, can
I'm
we get a
sure.
confirmation on this?
I can certainly, I'll confirm that with the police department, absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
No,
That would be
the
helpful.
PA is currently used only to direct the use of the
That
ranges.
was mentioned in the last meeting.
Yeah, yeah.
Go back in the notes.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's antiquated.
Yes.
It does sound like a Charlie Brown on the phone.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of our people claim they can hear, very,
Oh, no, you
very
can
much
hear it, yeah,
instruction.
because it's
Giving you
got such,
instructions.
because it has such a unique sound to it, right?
And then the only thing I have beyond that, well, two things.
Mm-hmm.
One is you guys did start in April 2025.
Yes, we did.
So is the end date, I know these things can be changed, but is the end date projected right now still to April 2029?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Second question, the SECRA,
Yes.
is there any progress on getting that to the public?
It is my understanding that it was fully approved, so and it was posted for the 30-day notice, the seeker. Yes,
Okay.
it was posted.
what is that, the what?
The State Environmental Quality Review.
Yes,
So
yes,
I will try
that
to
was-
find that.
Yes, I think that's been closed because it was,
Okay.
yeah. it was
Can we get a
fully
copy of
posted.
that?
I don't see why not, yeah, it's public information, absolutely.
Is it the police department that posts the secret?
Yes, through City Hall. City Hall reviewed it, the lawyers at City Hall were the last to review it, and then it was posted.
And so that would be found on the police department's website?
You know, maybe DEP, I'm not sure, but it is public, yeah,
Get a copy
absolutely.
and we'll list it.
Absolutely, yeah, we have no problem with that, we'll release that, it's public knowledge, absolutely.
Okay. That, and then, the first question we had, Lucille, was your question. So do you wanna just ask it because you're here?
Yeah, I know, so one of my concerns is, why is it not a priority to have noise abatement? Because we've been asking for noise abatement for well over 30 years. And if they're leaving the long rifle range outdoors right on the water, that noise flies over the water. So why is that not a priority? It's such a detrimental effect on everybody who lives on City Island.
Understood. I would defer to the police department on that. My understanding, and always has been the history of this project, is to get as much, as close to 100% of the noise indoors as possible. The only driving factor behind leaving the rifle range outside was because of the length of distance you need to do long gun training. That was the only reason.
And isn't there some form of noise abatement they can incorporate for an outdoor range
Curtains
or
or
something that?
That technology is available certainly, and
Right.
but that would have to be addressed with the police department, definitely. But no, yes, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we wanna make sure we ask BD about curtains in the outdoor range.
Yeah.
I remember they
Yeah.
did in one of the recent
Or they
meetings saying it
sound
wasn't a
curtains or
priority, but
something.
that doesn't mean we can't put it back.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
At least temporary. So
yeah.
I will get something together. Okay. Does anyone else have a question?
In terms of, just because you were talking about the parking lot, is there, is that modern, is that recently resurfaced, will it be resurfaced?
It will be resurfaced, that will, once we establish occupancy to get, the training section into the buildings, then we'll take those trailers, jettison those, resurface, do all the lighting, the infrastructure, all the sewer and everything,
Yes.
is going forward without that, because the, firearms training trailers are gonna live on that. Parking lot will be done as soon as we can get them into these. We are hoping, to prioritize the indoor range as well as the, cafeteria office space building. We're trying, hopefully, earlier than spring of '29.
So,
Alright, if we can get that operable, then we can possibly eliminate some of the trailers, do the parking lot, bring some of the parking back, and then we're ahead of the game. We're trying to kill the sound as soon as possible.
My question was more about the, like, the environmental impact with the resurfacing.
Oh, absolutely.
Is that,
All of it, every square inch of this project, alright, has gone for multiple agency reviews, every bit of it. The amount of height that had to be added to correct the flooding out there was significant.
so can you speak to the drainage that you guys are gonna put in, because you kind of addressed it, and then you
Right.
kind of.
No, we are,
Speak to the drainage.
we're raising the grade on just about every piece of occupied space that is involved with the project, we're raising the grade. Alright, and then the sewers are being pitched. We have outfalls that have been approved by, environmental conservation, we have outfalls, so,
And now, when you do a multi-agency review,
Right.
to Jason's question,
right.
are you speaking with other agencies? Is there like some sort of incorporation, because the roadways leading into the facility do flood?
It's
not a part of the project.
That's part of the project.
We talked about permeable roads, are we considering those?
DEC does them, we do them, so, but.
Well, we asked if they would consider permeable roads.
That's, I'm assuming it's still an open question, so.
I'll put that on the
I
sign.
mean, you know, that
It
should
has
help
been
if
my,
there's a lot.
it's been my experience that once a project is, let's see, a year and a half, 2 years from now, when the frames are up and we're moving,
Yeah.
then these types of questions are then, they gain a little bit more traction, they do.
Because residents are gonna be somewhat inconvenienced.
That's
There's
it.
some things
That's
to
it.
incorporate in.
That's it.
As you just said, you guys put a whole bus network in and the drivers into the budget of this, so it's not like it couldn't be done.
No, absolutely not, absolutely not, I mean, it's,
They're also working on part of the road anyway.
Yes.
yeah, no, we have restoration in the project, we
Yeah.
do, now what that could be beyond what we have now is something that can be looked at, so, certainly the right people have to be asked about it, so.
Does anyone else have any questions?
You know, it just occurred to me on this conversation is, what is the expected impact on traffic for people trying to get onto City Island or around the circle during the construction period of this 4 years?
The flow of the police department is gonna be compartmentalized into a couple of times during the day, like 3 or 4, going, coming, and then there's a lull, and then, but we don't foresee it, because as far as getting people over beyond the drawbridge onto the island, that amount of people coming is not gonna change, given where they're actually, I would hazard to say the flow is gonna be a little bit better and not affect, because a lot of these guys, they're out there so early in the morning, alright, and they're gonna be able to not have to wait because they line up on Rodman's Neck Path right now, they line up, and they're not let into the gate until a certain time. Now they're gonna be able to go right over and park at Orchard Beach. They're off the roadway. And at a certain given hour, they walk over, they get on a bus. So we're hoping to manage this so well, all right? We have the resources. We're hoping to manage it so well that it doesn't have an impact. It actually makes things better and there's a better flow during the course of the construction.
And that means your construction schedule is not gonna be heavy.
And if it doesn't, we wanna hear from you as to where the bottlenecks are, and then we can address those, because.
So weekend evenings would not be a good time for heavy construction when you did big projects, because that's always,
That's also what I was wondering.
No, as we get
The
into.
construction vehicles also.
Absolutely, no, as we get into this, certainly, our input and our back and forth with you is gonna be critical, so we're not here to, we wanna get this thing built, get it into service. We have, that is our priority. That's our
Great.
priority.
As do we all.
Absolutely, absolutely.
does anyone else have any questions? Going once, going twice?
Last question, when would be the best time for the next meeting so that we can meet with
Warm weather.
everybody together? Yeah, I'm thinking that too.
Yeah.
It gets warmer around March.
Well, that's fine, no, March or April is fine, and hopefully by then I'm a couple of months in, and we've relocated the park, and
Right.
we're in full construction.
Are you
And
there?
then we'll have a big, long list of.
And can we get a representative from?
Issues.
Yeah, we need
to talk about.
PD,
We
Con
need
Edison.
PD.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
At the meeting.
absolutely.
We need everybody.
No, I'll bring everybody.
You're great,
Yes.
but
No,
you're one
no, no,
person
no.
of one.
Let's don't get carried away. Anyway, I'm the low man. But
That's why
anyway,
I sent you.
No, PD's sent their regrets. He will be available. I'll bring the construction manager. Again, remember, the construction manager is limited as to what he can say.
Right.
Those items that we know specifically, I would resend that email, all right?
I'm gonna add to it.
Add to what was discussed this evening,
Mhm.
and timeline-wise, Con Ed-wise, those items which you would request direct response from Con Ed. Remember that we're the ones that are paying Con Ed, my agency,
Right.
so we have, if you're gonna send something, you copy us on it,
Oh, I
and then
absolutely.
we'll say, hey, listen, for this number, you should be talking to these
Do you have a
people.
direct contact
I was
at Con
just
Ed
gonna
for
say,
your
we
regular?
all
Not that I'm really
Different
authorized to give you.
No, I'm just
That's my
curious.
next question.
I'm not looking to get your
Right.
contact.
Right.
You guys have someone who you regularly, like
Absolutely,
a dedicated person.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely we do. Yep, yeah, he's about to give me a breakdown of his construction. We're gonna give him 20% down, he's gonna start the work, he's starting at the other end, up in New Rochelle.
Alright.
He says 18 months.
Yeah.
I think that's ambitious, but maybe once they get rolling with it, it could be a year. I mean, they often add time to these things to overstate value.
To give
Imagine that,
leeway.
imagine that. Crazy, isn't it?
John,
Anyway,
you
yeah.
mentioned that there was some place we can find information regarding the health and environmental impacts of.
See,
So I think what I said is I'm trying to get the sequel. I'll send it to you. Just shoot me a quick message and I'll make sure you get an email. We should do a sign-in sheet.
Thanks.
So for everyone leaves, I'll get everybody's email so we can all keep in touch. But definitely we'll get that for you. But yeah, there's legislation as well, and I'll send out the CEQA as well as the legislation.
Remind me in your email about the seeker.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think I can just attach that to
Love
that, and we can
That would be
circulate
lovely.
it.
We can
Okay, I
get
get it, it's a PDF.
Is it still in the 30-day comment?
No,
period?
no, it's that expired,
That's
Nobody
all
came
done.
running, everybody loved it.
Maybe because people didn't know about it.
Oh, that ain't right.
I'm
Why would you
just
say
saying,
something
we were
like
asking
that?
for it last
Why would you say
You know,
something?
like, over up there, I see it there. Everything on the flip side,
Yeah,
Well,
just
you
get
have a little
everybody.
friend.
around where we sign in.
Just everybody remember to sign in so we can get you the documents. Thank you for coming.
Name and
No,
email.
you're very
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you, everybody.
Alright.
I understand, I'm as committed to this
Are you?
as
How
I
many?
can be as far as getting you answers.
Not that I'm looking to stalk you, but are you there most days a week? Like, what
Oh,
is your-
yeah, no, I'm in my office in Long Island City.
Okay.
Long Island City.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
But I have a full team out there every day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, thank you.
Yep.
I guess sort of, yeah,